Hi, this is Raman, your Edmonton Realtor from Venus Realty. Today we'll take a look at some of the reasons as to why you should invest in Edmonton. So first of all, affordability. If you look at the house prices across the board in Canada, Edmonton is still one of the big cities that is actually affordably priced. If you're looking at buying a house, for example, single family home in Vancouver, or even in Toronto, you're looking at about $1 million for a tear-down house. Now, you bought a lot for $1 million. Now you need about $600,000 to $700,000 in order to build the house. Now, before you can even move into the house, you have $1.6 million spent already, and looking at a mortgage on that house is completely unaffordable. You really need to be making some serious coin in order to be able to afford that type of mortgage. When you're buying a house for about $450,000, $500,000, it is so much easier to actually manage that property. Your mortgage on that is not too high. Insuring a property like that is also not too bad. And now if you were to go rent that property, you would be able to actually cover your mortgage, not like in Ontario or BC, where you're only looking at equity appreciation. So in this case, you would be able to put some money in your pocket. Plus, you will be able to build equity because our real estate market is going to go higher over the next few years because everything has been so depressed over the last few years that now we're trying to catch up with the rest of Canada. When renting this type of a property, you will also be able to cash flow on this type of a property. When we're looking at the rental market in Edmonton, it is really good. Our rents may not compare to Vancouver or BC, however, you are still able to rent a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom house for around $2,000. Now, if you were to also rent the basement suite with it, because you'd be able to buy a house for $500,000 that would have a basement suite. Now, in this case, our rentals for the basement suite, you're looking at about $1,100 for a 2-bedroom basement suite. So overall, you're looking at about $3,000, $3,200 in terms of your rental income. This will be sufficient to carry not just your mortgage, but also any other expenses that have to do with the property. Plus, you will be able to put some money in your pocket. So from cash flow perspective, buying a property in Edmonton or buying a rental property in Edmonton makes way more sense than buying a lot for $1 million somewhere else. Another reason this is a time to look at buying a property in Edmonton also is because we are seeing a population growth right now in Alberta in general. A lot of people are moving from BC and Ontario to Alberta, and that includes Calgary and Edmonton. Now, when we look at the migration patterns, a lot of people who are coming in, they would be looking to rent the place. Not everybody's looking to buy a place right away. So you'll have a lot of people looking to rent the properties. So as a landlord, this is a great opportunity for you to take advantage of a growing market. Also, in terms of our Tenancy Act, it is much better here in Alberta than it is in Ontario, for example. We've had a property in Ontario and we have had properties in BC. So first of all, there is no cap in terms of increasing your rental income. You are allowed to raise the rent here and there's no cap on how much you can increase the rent by. Another thing is, if you have problem tenants, it is much easier to deal with them here in Alberta than it is in Ontario. In Ontario, we have heard a lot of horror stories of people who are renting for free. So landlords having to carry the mortgages on their own while the tenants are living for free. And these landlords are not able to do anything about it because the landlord-tenant board there is actually not in the favor of landlords. So it becomes really difficult to evict a problem tenant. Whereas in Alberta, we have no such laws. Our laws are a lot more balanced between the tenant and the landlord rights. So if you have a tenant who is not paying rent or is giving you trouble, you are able to evict the tenant without any issues. So from that perspective, buying a rental property in Edmonton is way better than it is in Ontario. Now, in terms of our rental pool, another thing we have to look at is employment opportunities. So when we look at Alberta in general, it is a lot more affordable to live here. So a lot of people are moving here. The types of population that we are seeing, or types of people that we are seeing who are moving here, would be one, immigrant. So somebody who's been in the country for the last few years, they're not able to afford $1 million home elsewhere, so they're moving to Alberta. So these people, some of them will buy the property right away, others will become tenants until such time that they are able to move into their own property. Now, another group of people we are seeing who's moving here would be young adults. These people just don't have the amount of income or the down payment in order to buy $1 million home, and then also to cover the mortgage on this. A lot of people are not wanting to live paycheck to paycheck and just work to pay the mortgage. So they are considering Alberta, and a lot of people, our population has grown a fair bit just in the last year as people are moving here. And with the population growth, we are seeing a lot more new business opportunities. We are also seeing the employment rates have gone up considerably. So with new people moving in, we have higher job opportunities. We have our economy has been stimulated way more than elsewhere. So all in all, moving to Edmonton or buying a property in Edmonton to rent is a great investment, and now is the best time, because over the next few years we are going to see the property prices increase as we get more people moving in. And with the shortage everywhere else, a lot of people are again moving in here. So with the higher demand, we will see prices go up. So this is a great time to invest in Edmonton. And if you're looking to buy an investment property here and need help with that, I invite you to give us a call at 780-900-2448. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.